Howdy peeps, and welcome back to the build series on the Eduard Spitfire in 1/48 scale. I believe this is part 4. I may be wrong, I get these things wrong all the time. Usually forget what day it is. So last time what were we doing? We were detail painting the interior of the cockpit and slight itch. And this time we'll be continuing with that. We've got the gun sight and compass to put in. We can put the instrument panel on. Might be able to get the decals for the seat belts in, but we shall see how that goes. But let's make a start then, shall we? So, ka-ching, overhead light on again. Put the box lid out of the way and I will zoom you in a little. There we go. If I'm on the cutting mat, I'm in shot. You may see I've done a little more. I have done a bit of dry brushing on the interiors just to pick up the detail, and added a few touches of red onto the instrument panel and gloss on the dial faces. Just, you know, about the only thing I ever use Future for. Let's just bring that up a bit closer. Hopefully it will focus and you can see something like that. Looks better from a distance. So the second coat of the khaki brown has just about dried, so let's grab, where did the Agrax go? Is that the Agrax? I don't want to wash this seat bucket too dark. That's flesh shade. Oh dear, why is it? It's always the one you want you can't find. Ah, is that it? That's it. So we go with my usual brown wash, the Citadel old style wash. That would end up really dark brown, and we don't want that. So just a couple of splurges of the Agrax Earth Shade should do the job, just to make it look a bit grubbier and, you know, just improve the overall appearance. That'll do. Once that's dried, we can then pop the seatbelt decals in. But until that dries, there's not an awful lot more we can do on the internals. So what do we have? Well, we can glue the instrument panel in, as that should be pretty much dry by now. Just peel it off of its cocktail stick and blue tack. Cocktail stick back in the lump of foam, blue tack back on the lump of blue tack. And this, I believe, just glues, put it in shot sharp, just glues on like so. Yep. So we shall use a bit of Tamiya white for this, as is a nice big flat surface to attach to. Making sure we've got the majority of the glue out of the brush, because this stuff tends to go everywhere if you're not careful. And also, if you use too much of it, it can actually melt the plastic. So you do have to be a little careful with it. That should be okay. So that's the instrument panel glued in. Now I'll have a look at the instructions. We want sprue A. I wrote F and G, so sprue A one of these. Doesn't look like that one. Don't look like that one either. That's decals. Is the clear parts sprue A? Let's have a look. Yes, it is. And as I always do with the clear parts, I store them in the bag they come in, just to keep them safe and secure and scratching, denting, everything through. We want 4 and 9. Now where are they? Always interesting to try and find the part numbers. 4, 9. Right. Now, sometimes with clear parts it's best not to use snippers, because they can crack if you're not careful, or if you're unlucky, which we shall soon find out. No, we're okay. So for example, if I was removing the cockpit canopies, I would use my little Tamiya razor saw. It just puts less stress on the part, makes it less likely to crack. Or you can heat up a knife. Heat your knife up and it will go through there a lot easier. And give yourself a bit of room, bit of wiggle room, so that you don't end up screwing yourself over. Right, which way up does this go? Looks like that way up. With that glued in there somehow. Right. Joys of clear parts. Oh, we don't want that. Where's my extra thin gone? There it is. So hold this here. Drop a little extra thin into the joint. Grab our tweezers. Pick up the second part. Try and get it straight. And positioned. Right. That's going to need some painting, obviously. Now we want F23 and F6. Was that screw F? It was. As a result. This is the joys of teeny tiny parts. Although these aren't actually that teeny tiny. F43, right. That even teenier, tinier one. If you work your cutters through slowly, you'll find that if there's a small part, it will actually stay stuck to the cutters rather than just fly halfway across the room like they have a tendency to. I'll just clean up the screw gate on the back of this. I'm assuming it's the whole thing, so use a heavier duty sander. Be here all day with the 800 trying to get rid of it. Right. That'll do. And the little compass. Yeah, that's come back. These things never actually happen when I'm doing it myself. They just sit there like that. It's only because I've got the camera on things start going wrong. Well, not just because, but little things start getting awkward and annoying. Pokey device, just to position it correctly. do. Now we'll let the glue set up on those. So there's not really anything else we can do internally, so let's pop the fuselage halves out of the way, all the various internal parts, while we're letting, let's say, the wash dry on the seat, and the glue set on these, which I will actually leave there so I can see them, and see what's next in the instructions once the cockpit's done. Well, it's fuselage halves together, which we obviously can't do quite yet. So it's starting on the wings with the lower wing assembly and F39, what's that? What are we missing there? Is there something missing? No, already done it. That's okay. Right, so we want the lower wings. Oh, come here, wing sprue. Clunch, crunch, bang. So we'll chop this off, clean it up, and then see what other parts we need. I think it is just the nav or landing lights and parts of the parts of the gear bay. So clean up. One of the things I'm guessing probably have to show a bit later in the build is gap filling and seam work. Tends to be one of those things you just have to do with planes. No matter how carefully you stick them together, there's always some kind of seam either along the wings or the fuselage halves. Oh, that's going to sound horrible. That's better. Grip it nice and hard and it won't vibrate quite so much. Let's get rid of that. Just this one left. Ooh, right. So, part G76. Well, if that was sprue F, that must be sprue G. Yep. And that must be part number 76. Oh dear. I know I'm doing this off camera, I'm just cutting it off the sprue and cleaning up a couple of sprue gates, so it's nothing you haven't seen me do before. Right, so which way on does it go? That way. In there, right. Yeah, that's it. You can see it's not the most stable of pieces, but hey, it'll go in. You just need to make sure we have it at right angles to the wing and add plenty of glue. Yes, I know I'd probably use more glue than is necessary, but it's just the way I am. Now the two landing lights, parts A16 and 17. Which is those. Try and keep an eye on which one's which. That one's 16 and that one's 17. Oh, get off my finger. Again, putting the clear parts back in the bag and sealing it up. And then, which side was which? 16 goes in that way, right. I'm fairly certain it wouldn't make any difference if I put them in the wrong way around, but hey ho, you never know. There might be some minor difference. Plenty enough glue. Get in there straight, you know you want to. Gotcha. Right. I'm guessing there is more to go inside the wheel well bays. Yes, there is. Quite a lot actually. Oh, rather complex. Right, it's not too bad. Has the seat dried yet? Yeah. So we'll pop this wing to one side for a bit. And we can, glue will have set on these, so we can just splat. Obviously the bottom of it is never going to be visible once it's in, so we can always mount it by that part. It's paint. Not going to bother getting the airbrush out just to paint little bits like this that are barely visible. I'm not even going to bother priming them. Just make sure I've got all the surfaces that might actually be visible covered. The gun sight, well, the easy way to do that is the one bit of it that's not going to get painted is the actual sight, so stick that into the plastic and then into the blue tack and then paint everything else. Although because it's clear plastic it will take 2 coats. It will still look semi-translucent. Yeah, we might get away with it. Yeah. So, just wait for those to dry now. Clean out the brush and try to figure out what's next. Right, well, if I assemble the cockpit I'll still be able to get those in. Right, so would it be easier to put the seat belts in with the seat out, it will be. So right, go back through the manual a couple of pages, find out which decals they are for the seat belts, because I'm not going to be doing 172 scale scratch built or 148 scratch built belts for this, especially not as my eyesight's a bit wonky today. So we open up the little resealable bag and figure out where the decals for the seat belts are. Probably going to be on this one, I think. They are. Just hoping the decals haven't had it. No, they haven't, which is always good. Keep paper safe to one side. 8 and 9, 10 I don't think goes in until after the seat is actually installed, because it runs across the back. Yeah, goes in there, right, that's okay. Does it run all the way across or just go down the back of the seat? Let's have a look-see further on. No, it just goes down the back of the seat, so we can stick them all in now, that's okay. We'll actually cut these out with the numbers on so I know which one's which. So not the best looking seatbelt decals in the world, but better than I could have done with a bit of masking tape and fuse wire. I really didn't fancy buying the what are they called? HGW, that's the ones. I'm sure, well, I know they do sets for, these are the cloth and photo etch belts, but those things are fiddly enough in 132 or 148 or 124th, so we'll leave them well alone in 148 scale. Just trying to get the decals back in the bag and protected and covered, and the bag sealed back up. Right. Do I have any cleanish water in my decal jug? I do. Now for the outside of the plane, when it comes to the decals, I will use warm or hot water, but just for these ones I won't bother filling a mug up with hot water. I'll just run the risk of it being room temperature, which isn't particularly warm. There we go. That's those all dunked. Pop that back up there out of the way so I don't drink it. Oh, we've all been there, done that. Accidentally drunk the decal water or the paintbrush water. Right. Let's just clean out that hole a little. I think one of them is supposed to go in there. Can't see it going through there, but you never know. Maybe if I hadn't clogged it up with paint. Probably won't fit, but we can if it doesn't, we can just flop it over the side of the seat. That'll be fine. that one has to go in when the seat's installed. So we'll pop these two in, glue the seat in, and then pop that one in. Right. Chances of, are they moving yet? Oh. So 8 is that. Oh. 8 is the one that has to go through there. Okay. I really can't see me getting that decal through that gap. So let's find a cleanish. Cocktail stick. Take the decal off the backing paper. Trying to do this in a position where I can see what I'm doing and you can see what I'm doing is really quite tricky. Especially as I think the decal is wider than the hole. Let's try from the outside. Yeah, it's not interested. So we should cheat. And run it around the outside of the seat rather than through the hole where it's supposed to go. This is going to be fun to position. Cotton wool bud to get off the excess water, so that where I've actually already got it placed, it'll stay. And then hopefully, there we go. Now the other side, this one should be somewhat simpler, as it does just run over the side of the seat. The other way around to that though. Again, get rid of the excess water. And stick it down there. Right. Close enough. Now to get this in. And into the correct position. Which is considerably lower than I've got it at the moment. Not being helped by that front piece being at the wrong angle. There we go. We're nearly there. And quick, get some glue on it, hold it in place. It's not looking very straight or central, but hey. There we go, that's got it. Now then, we can still put the decal on while the glue is setting. We just position it in roughly the correct area. I want down a little further. That's it. And now we have our seat belts in. So we just let that glue cure a little while we're waiting on that. It's time for a little more. Have I put the silver away? I have, haven't I? I've done something silly, as usual. So that's it, there we go. How are we doing on time? Oh dear, we're there on time. Blooming heck, that went fast. Right, well I'll just pop a little bit of silver in the compass here. And that will do us for this time. Next time we will definitely be assembling the whole cockpit and getting the fuselage shut together. And then will come the joys of seams. So, enjoy your modelling, have fun. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't, give us a thumbs down and say why. Feel free to subscribe, click the belly icon thing. Peace out, rock on, and bye bye.